Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
As you all know that we regularly meet on our channel to share our knowledge about different things and issues. Today we are going to share our knowledge about English language, its history and evolution. We will also discuss about the contribution of some noted English writers. Dear viewers, statistics shows that around one-third of world's population has English as their native language, and even more study English as a second language. The working knowledge of English has become necessity in a number of areas. It is the international language of communication, science, technology, medicine, maritime activities, and many more. Firstly, we should know how English came into being and how it developed into a language that we speak today. We have here Sister Nida, who will discuss about the history and evolution of English language.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
English language, its history and evolution. The English language is approximately 1400 years old. The history of English began with the migration of the Jews, Angles, and Saxons from Germany and Denmark to Britain in 5th and 6th century. Geoffrey Chaucer, the poet, philosopher, bureaucrat, and diplomat, is the first as the father of English literature. How English language has developed over time. Over the centuries, the English language has seen vast changes as it has evolved from the West Germanic dialects to the Old English to the modern English language that we are familiar with today. Apart from 5th to 11th century AD, which was a period of earliest form of English language, we have three stages of growth of English as language. The first one was from 11th to 15th century. It was a period of Middle English which underwent more significant changes, including the development of hybrid language known as Anglo-Norman French, which was a mixture of Old English and Norman French. The second stage was from 15th to 17th century. That is a period of early modern English language. During this time, English vocabulary was also expanded through contacts with other languages, including Latin, Greek, and French, and through the introduction of new ideas and technology, etc. All these developments laid the foundation for the early modern English language, which was the language of Shakespeare and King James Version of Bible. Third and the last stage began from 17th century to the present day. This is the period of modern English. As we entered to the 17th century, we saw that early modern English developing into modern English. We use today with the standardization of grammar, vocabulary, and spellings. The profound impact the Anglo-Saxon had on the English language, from bringing Old English to England and shaping its vocabulary, grammar, and alphabet, can still be seen today, and their legacy continues to be an important part of language history and development. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Nida. Now we have here Brother Zaidan, who will talk about the different genres of English language.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Genre is a category of artistic work that has a specific form of characteristics. The word genre comes from the French word meaning type or kind. The four main literary genres are poetry, fiction, non-fiction, and drama. First one, poetry. There are several genre characteristics specific to poetry. Poems are usually shorter in length than other genres of literature. They are usually arranged in lines and stanzas. Some poetry follows rules regarding the number of syllables within each line, and some poetry called free verses follows no rules. Poetry can also follow rhyming pattern, but it's not a requirement. Second one, fiction. It is a story written in prose but not written in a specific pattern. It is based on imagination and can take place in present day, future, or the past. Some examples of work of fiction are legends, folktales, fairy tales, short stories, and novels. Third one, non-fiction. Non-fiction writing aims to inform or inspire the audience by using actual events, people, places, or facts. Students can gain a deeper understanding of fiction texts through non-fiction texts such as textbook and essays. Fourth one, drama. It is a representation of fiction that involves dialogue and performance. Dramatic literature includes epic poetry, lyric poetry, and novels. The performance of dramatic pieces of literature occur on stage, in front of a live audience, or through radio, films, and television. There are many sources of inspiration for drama pieces, including short stories, novels, poems, and real-life events. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Zaidan. Moving to our next part to discuss about the contribution of noted writers to the English language. We have with us Brother Hazik, who will discuss about the contribution of William Shakespeare and Charles Dickens.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare was an English playwright, poet, and actor. He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and world's preeminent dramatist. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon, or simply the Bard. His works include collaboration, consist of some 39 plays, 154 sonnets, 3 long narrative poems, and few other verses. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwright. Shakespeare remained arguably the most influential writer in the English language, and his works continue to be studied and reinterpreted. Another noted personality, Charles Dickens, was an English writer and social critic who created some of the world's best known fictional characters and is regarded by many as the greatest novelist of the Victorian era. His works enjoyed unprecedented popularity during his lifetime by the 20th century. Critics and scholars had recognized him as a literary genius. His novels and short stories are widely read today. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Hazik. Now, Sister Hadia will discuss about the contribution of William Wordsworth.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. William Wordsworth was a well-known English poet heavily involved in the English Romantic works. In a joint effort with Samuel Taylor Coleridge, William published the Lyrical Ballads in 1798. William Wordsworth is most widely recognized for bringing off the Romantic era in English literature. His love of nature had a massive effect on his attitude and work. He was a poet laureate of England from 1843 till his death in 1850. William Wordsworth was one of the founders of English Romanticism and one of its most central figures and important intellects. He is remembered as a poet of spiritual and epistemological speculation, a poet concerned with the human relationship to nature, and a fierce advocate of using the vocabulary and speech patterns of common people in poetry. English would be best to read in the following most renowned poems of Wordsworth. First, Lyrical Ballads. It contains 23 poems, 19 of which were written by Wordsworth. Second, The Excursion. This poem was written and published in blank verse and is divided into 9 books. Third, Lucy poem. It accomplishes unique compassion and elegant clarity of expression for Wordsworth. Fourth, Sonnets. About 500 sonnets were written by Wordsworth. He is regarded as one of English literature's best sonneters. Some of his greatest works are the sonnet on Milton. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Hadia. Now, lastly, Brother Benjamin will also discuss about the contribution of Jane Austen in English language.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jane Austen. Jane Austen was a Georgian era author best known for her social commentary in her novel including Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, and Emma. Jane Austen was an English writer who first gave her novel distinctly modern character through her treatment of ordinary people in everyday life. Austen created the comedy manner of middle class life in her novel like Sense and Sensibility 1811, Pride and Prejudice 1813, Mansfield Park 1814, Emma 1815, and Northanger Abbey and Persuasion published posthumously 1817. She has played a significant role in the development of her novel. Even her work is still alive until our time. She is the first novelist of the England who wrote what may be called pure novel. The art of Jane Austen was possible precisely by the recognition of her limits. Austen was a highly sophisticated artist. She was pioneering genius who gave a new impetus and vitality to the tradition of novel writing. She gave what may be called a typical feminine touch to the novels.
Thank you, Brother Benjamin. Now we conclude this discussion with a quote said by Derek Walcott. The English language is nobody's special property. It is the property of imagination. It is the property of language itself. We will meet again with another topic of discussion. Till then, Allah Hafiz.